Not everything I shoot in the studio has to be for something. That's really what I'm pushing lately, is to flex my creative muscles, to challenge myself to do things I don't normally do and keep those creative juices flowing. So today, in this video, I'm gonna do something I hardly ever do, and that is product photography, specifically this. This is hairspray. This is not my hairspray. This is the hairspray I use for clients in the studio. I really like it. There, you can see what hairspray it is. There, screen cap that in case you're gonna ask me later in the comments what hairspray it is, but you're gonna see plenty of pictures of it because we are gonna photograph the crap out of this thing and challenge myself by trying to make just this can of hairspray look super badass. Welcome back to Adorama TV. My name is Gary Hughes, and in this sort of self-challenge video of trying to make a boring product look really cool, I'm also gonna try and nail it in camera. And to do that, I'm gonna use my trusty light meter that I am gonna nail the exposure because of. I'm going to use this Roscoe matte black cinefoil, which is really, really cool and useful. I'll show you a couple of neat uses for that today. I'm gonna use this canned aerosol spray that I have hanging around the studio. I've got a little bit left, so we'll use that. And I'm gonna use this bit of foam core, all while using LED panel lights to show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it in real time. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get started. Let's start off by talking creative direction. The first thing I wanna notice is, how do I make the product really stand out? Well, it's a dark bottle. It's really low key. It's monochromatic. It's got no colors on it whatsoever. And I wanna make sure that I stay kind of in key with that, make the product something really cool and dramatic, and separate it nicely from the background while keeping that monochromatic color palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what I've seen done a lot, which I think is really, really appropriate here, is I'm going to use an LED panel light as the background. So I've got the Godox FS200, which is a 200 watt LED panel light that is 2 by 2, which is perfect size for this product. So I'm gonna take this 11 by 14 piece of foam core, which I have wrapped in cinefoil, to be my background, and the light is going to be all the way around the outside of it, giving a nice edge light all the way around our product. And that's what we're gonna do first, is set that up. So let's see what that looks like. All right, so I have successfully taped the cinefoil covered foam core onto the LED light, and this is gonna actually act as my background for this small product photography. And you'll be able to see, just by me placing it in front of it, how that edge light now wraps all the way around the product. This also works in portraits, by the way. This works really well for people. And that is gonna be just a lot of bang for your buck. Not only is it the background, but it is edge lights all the way around. For small product photography, this is a great technique. So let's take a test shot with just that so you can see what it looks like through the camera. Okay, you can see on the screen right now that I'm getting a really great edge light all the way around the product, but maybe you don't love how it looks. Don't worry, that's just the live view. Let me show you what that looks like when we take the actual picture. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. That's a nice edge light all the way around, separating the subject from the background. I've got great contrast. I've got a fully black background, and I'm really happy with the way that looks. It's time to add the main light that's going to be illuminating the face of our subject. Now it's time to add the main light onto our product. And what I'm using is the newer AP150B. It's a bicolor LED panel, super affordable. It's super useful. The reason I'm using this instead of something else is because this has really useful barn doors built into it, so it can really shape the light. I only want the light to be hitting the hairspray bottle and not the black background. I want to keep as much contrast in that background as I can, and so this is going to help me control that light. I added the new LED panel for the main light, and I adjusted those barn doors just right so that it's not falling too much on the background and only illuminating the bottle itself. Let's see what that looks like. And by the way, it meters at f5.6, so I think that's gonna give us a really nice ratio and look great. So let's see. Oh, heck yeah, that's starting to look so cool. I'm kind of excited about that. Here's a problem. When you're photographing a product, you need to be able to read the label, do you not? So let me go ahead and add in this right behind me. I keep this handy at all times for just such a situation. This is a 5-in-1 glow reflector just hanging on a C-stand, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring that in and then fill in that shadow so that you can read the whole label, which now says living proof, which is supposed to say living proof. Now, if you notice the positioning of the reflector, I want to make sure that I'm not putting it too close to the background that way, or else it will bounce a lot of that light into the background. In fact, I even want to turn it kind of away. I don't want it to accidentally kill the contrast on that background. I only want it to add light to the bottle. So let me go ahead and see what that looks like. All right, that is much better, but it looks like on the right side of the image, I may have hurt the contrast ratio just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is try and control that by angling the reflector a little differently. Now I've positioned the reflector a little bit more away from the background, and I think I'm going to be a lot happier with how that looks. Yeah, okay, so I've maintained my contrast while I can still read the label. I think that's great. I may turn the bottle just a little bit so it's a little easier to read dead on, but other than that, I'm absolutely thrilled with this. But I want to add a little more zazz, a little separation from that background, and instead of just maybe like adding another light on the background, I'm gonna try and use a little bit of this aerosol. So let's add that and see what happens. I've got this Aperture MC Pro. It's a great little pocket panel LED light, and this is gonna be perfect for lighting up the aerosol from underneath. And so I'm gonna wrap a little cinefoil around the back of it, around the top really. And what this is gonna do is stop this light from falling on the background and ruining that contrast. It's amazing how many uses you can find for cinefoil. All right, now that's set up. Let's add that into the mix, spray some aerosol, and see if we got our shot. Time to see if we can nail this one. All right, gonna start the timer. We're going. Here we go. Oh, wait for the beep. Let's see if we got it. Oh, yay! That's not bad. We got a nice amount of illumination coming up from the top and the bottom. I think we've got a nice, like, it even whipped around the foreground and the background a little bit. I like that. I'm going to do this one more time to see what else we can get. All right. Let's go this way. Still with me? All right, here we go. 2, 3. Oh, I just needed to push the button a little harder. Oh, yeah. That's getting pretty awesome. Okay, I really like that a lot. Let's go ahead and we're going to do one more. This might get weird. 2 cans of aerosol. I told you we're playing, right? Let's do it. 2, 3, now. Whoa. Let's see what happened. Oh, I think we overshot the mark. Okay, all right. Lesson learned. Let's try that one more time. Maybe we'll go a little less hard in the paint on the aerosol spray. All right. We may have even got it right on that first go, to be honest with you. But hey, this is about playing and experimentation. All right. So maybe we'll just do one aerosol one more time. Here we go. Timers are going. Wow. Not bad, not bad. I want to replicate that a little more down the center. I think we'll be okay. All right, let's try it again. Run it back one more time. I'm going to aim right for the LED. 2, 1, go. Dang it. All right. That's like it didn't have anything on it, right? And here we go one more time. Three, 2, 1. It looks a little too heavy on the top. If I bring the nozzle further away from the top of it, I bet you I'll get what I want. Let's go one more. 3, 2. Yeah. Woo! We did it. That looks so cool. I am so pleased with that. That is a lot of fun. Look at what we built. Let me put this down. Good thing we nailed it because I'm pretty much out of aerosol now. I think I used like the last of it. All right, so let's watch what we built. 1, 2, and then we added a little more fill light. And then we started to kind of experiment a little bit with our smoke, and I think we got this real beauty right here, and then our final number right here. And we have a really cool product photography. I know that I learned a bunch. So let's sit down for a second and talk about what we learned and how to use it. That was a lot of fun. I have to do stuff like that more, just to come into the studio and play. And there's no reason except just to work out those creative muscles. And man, I had a lot of fun. I'm really excited about the images. It reminds me a little bit of exercise, like you feel good about it after, and I do feel good. I'm like glowing a little bit. I'm glowing. I'm buzzing. But it's a lot of fun. I'm going to do it more. And what I do, I'm going to share it with you here on Adorama TV. So like and subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications, and check the description for a link to the gear that we used, including that awesome cinefoil and the Aperture MC Pro and all the other cool little things that we used to pull off this awesome product image. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.